What if I told you the reason that girl ghosted you, the reason that you're struggling with women, isn't because of the things that you think are important? Things like looks, like money, or even something like confidence. It's something you don't even realize that you're doing. And it's sabotaging you every time you speak to women, every time you're around women. By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about, and better yet, you're gonna know exactly how to fix it. What's up? I am Rob Judge, and today we are going deep into the 5 non-obvious signs that you don't get women. And when I say non-obvious, I mean we're not even going to talk about your dad bod or that haircut you've had since your mom picked it out back in elementary school. We're talking about the real reasons, the ones that you probably don't even realize are cock blocking you. 1, your best friend is Pornhub. Let's start with the elephant in the room, the pee habit. And yeah, I know you're going to say, it's not an addiction, bro. But let me ask you this. What's the first thing you do when you're feeling lonely, you're feeling a little rejected, or you're just feeling kind of horny? You probably fire up that old incognito browser, huh? And here's what's actually happening, though. Every time you crack open that laptop, you're essentially giving up. You're telling your brain, why bother trying to meet actual women when I can just watch professionals fake orgasms in 4K? You're training yourself to be a spectator in your own sex life. Let me tell you a story that changed how I think about porn, and it's really changed my feelings about porn forever. Now, this goes back when I was like 12 or 13 years old, and this is back in the Stone Ages, back when porn meant actual physical magazines and VHS tapes. Now, me and my friends, we were on this epic quest to get our hands on a penthouse. This was like our holy grail. Except instead of knights, imagine a bunch of awkward teenagers with bad haircuts and zero game going out and questing for this penthouse. So I remember we approached these older kids. You know the type. To us back then, they seemed so cool, right? And we asked them if they could buy the magazine for us because we knew they had fake IDs. Now, the leader of this crew was this guy named Dan Beck. And I'll never forget what this dude said to us. He just looked at us like we were the saddest things he's ever seen. And he goes, why would you want to look at porn? You should be out there trying to make your own porn. And it was like, boom. It felt like I got hit with an emotional sledgehammer. I felt an avalanche of shame just crash over me. I mean, here I was thinking I was being all grown up, trying to get my hands on some porn. And this guy just exposed me as the exact opposite, as someone hiding from real life, hiding behind real life, behind this airbrush fantasy of what women were, what sex was. And I remember that walk home because I was feeling like the biggest loser on the planet. I was just so full of shame. But you know what? Dan Beck, he did me a real solid that day. He ruined porn for me before I could even really get started with it. In a weird way, I wish I could thank that guy. I mean, think about it. It's like this random dude. He probably forgot all about that interaction 5 minutes after it happened, but he accidentally gave me one of the most valuable mindset shifts of my entire life. And now look, I know you probably don't have a Dan Beck in your life to shame you every time you open, that incognito tab, but maybe next time you're about to fire up the old Pornhub, you'll hear his voice in your head. Why are you watching other people live? Get out there and live yourself. And yeah, I know that's technically terrible advice to give a 12-year-old to make his own porn, but for all you grown-ass men watching this, it's exactly what you need to hear. 2, you're allergic to risk. Let's get real. Are you waiting for permission to talk to women? Because if you are, let me save you the suspense. It's never coming. If you're the guy who won't approach a woman without, written consent, 3 forms of ID, a notarized letter saying, yes, you may come and speak to me. You're not just cautious, you're terrified. Terrified of rejection, terrified of looking stupid, terrified of failure. And that fear, it's keeping you stuck in neutral while other guys are lapping you. Here's the hard truth you need to hear. There is no perfect moment. There's just you, your excuses, and the opportunities you keep letting slip by. You know what waiting for the perfect moment gets you? Absolutely nothing. Women aren't going to tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hi, I notice you staring at me from across the room. Would you like to approach me now?" No, the world doesn't work like that. Getting good with women is like learning how to fight. You're gonna take some hits. And if you're too scared to step into the ring, you'll never learn how to win. The guys who succeed with women, they're not fearless. They're just willing to take the risk. They know that rejection is part of the process. And sure, it stings in the moment, but it's better than the alternative, which is sitting on the sidelines of your own life, paralyzed by what ifs. Here is the brutal reality. Every approach you don't take is a guaranteed failure. At least when you try, you've got a shot. Think about it. How many women have you let walk out of your life because you were waiting for the stars to align? How many chances have you missed because you were too scared of hearing the word no? Every missed opportunity is a rejection you gave yourself. Let me say that again. Every missed opportunity is a rejection you gave yourself. And let me tell you something about rejection. It's not nearly as bad as you think it is. Because you know what's worse? Never trying and spending the rest of your life wondering, what if? And here's another thing you should know. Rejection isn't personal. It's not about you being not good enough. So much of it is just about timing. Sometimes it's about chemistry. And a lot of the times it just comes down to raw luck. And the faster you learn to brush it off, the faster you can get to the wins. But sitting around waiting for the perfect moment, that's the ultimate rejection. Because you're rejecting yourself before anyone even has the chance to do it for you. So here's your kick in the ass. Stop playing it safe. Stop overthinking. Stop waiting for the universe to hand you the perfect scenario. It's never going to happen. The perfect moment isn't real, but the regret of not trying, that's very, very real. So you've got two choices. Take the risk and grow, or keep hiding and stay stuck exactly where you are. Which one sounds worse to you? If you want to get good with women, you have to step into the ring. You're going to have to take some hits. And yeah, they're going to hurt. But each one teaches you something. Each one gets you closer to success. And each one is infinitely better than staying on the sidelines, scared to even try. Because here's the ultimate truth. The guys who succeed aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who fail, learn, and keep going. The only real failure, never stepping up in the first place. Now get out there, take the shot, make the approach. The worst thing that can possibly happen is that she says no. But the best thing, you finally start living like the man you want to be. 3, you're hating from the peanut gallery. Let me guess. You're the guy standing on the sidelines, throwing shade at anyone who's actually in the game. Newsflash, that's not confidence, it's being a coward. Let me explain. Nothing screams, "I'm terrified of failure," like sitting in the peanut gallery, mocking the guys who are out there who are actually trying. You see a dude approach a woman, you see him get rejected, and your first instinct is to snicker. What an idiot. The only idiot is the guy too scared to take a swing. And let's be real, that guy, if that guy's you, we got a problem. Because the truth is, and this is a truth you probably don't want to hear, mocking others doesn't make you look strong. It actually makes you look scared. Scared to fail, scared to learn, scared to grow. Now let's layer on another level onto this, the same toxic mindset. When you actually progress to a professional hater, and you could probably imagine this type, right? Instead of using your energy to improve, you spend all your time tearing down the guys who are actually out there trying to figure it out. When you see a guy crushing it with women, do you think, what can I learn from this guy? Or do you think, oh, he's probably rich, he's probably on steroids, oh, he's probably just a player? This mindset isn't just unproductive, it's poison. By labeling successful guys as players or attributing their success to luck, money, genetics, steroids, big dick. What you're essentially doing is two things. Number one, you're excusing yourself from putting in the work. And number two, you're convincing yourself that improvement is impossible, which is the ultimate self-sabotage. Here's the hard truth. Success doesn't fall into anyone's lap. The guy who's confident with women didn't wake up one morning with a magic wand that made him irresistible. He put in the work, he faced the rejection, and he got better. And the more you hate on him, the more you reveal about yourself, and specifically that you're not willing to do the same. Meanwhile, your dating life looks like a desert, and you're still trying to convince yourself that you're better than everyone else. Let's just call this what it is. You are delusional. Laughing at rejection from the sidelines, hating on successful guys, these are coping mechanisms. They're the mental gymnastics that you perform to avoid facing your own fears, because if you admit that success is possible, you'd also have to admit that failure is a choice. It's a choice that you're making. And here's the harsh reality. The guys that you're laughing at, these guys are lapping you. Every rejection brings them one step closer to success. Meanwhile, you're staying stuck, pretending your excuses are a personality trait. Now, I got some good news for you. You can stop this cycle anytime you want. Instead of laughing at the guy who gets rejected, why don't you admire his courage? Instead of hating on the guy who's good with women, ask yourself, what's he doing that I'm not? Because here's the secret that successful guys don't want you to know. Most of them were once exactly like you. The only difference is they chose to do the work. So the next time you catch yourself judging someone, flip the script. Use their actions as inspiration, not as an excuse to stay in your comfort zone. The peanut gallery is a lonely, unproductive place to be. The real action and the real results happen when you step onto the field and you start playing the game. Bottom line is, you can be the guy who tries and grows, or you can be the guy who stays stuck and sneers. Choose wisely, because the guys you're hating on have already made their choice. And remember, every rejection is progress. Every success is earned, and every hater is just someone too scared to try. Which one are you going to be? 4, you're too smart for help. All right, so now this brings us to the guy who thinks that dating should just happen naturally, right? Like women are magically going to line up outside your door while you binge watch Netflix in your sweatpants. Now, spoiler alert, that's not going to happen. And here's why this mindset is sabotaging you. Thinking you're too smart for help is like being broke and refusing financial advice because you've got this all figured out. If that were true, your dating life wouldn't look like, like a ghost town. This mindset, this idea that you can just be yourself and somehow stumble into success is the ultimate cop-out. It's comfortable, sure, but comfort zones are where dreams go to die. Here's the brutal truth. If you're resistant to trying something new, you're going to keep failing, period. No improvement, no results, just endless frustration and loneliness and celibacy. When guys tell me, oh, I don't want to play games, I just want to be myself, I just want to let dating happen naturally, just let it happen naturally. This shit drives me nuts. It's like saying, I want to be a rock star, but I don't want to learn how to play the guitar. Sure, anyone can pick up a guitar and pluck the strings and claim, oh, I'm playing how I want, I'm just being myself when I play. But it's not music. It's just noise. A true musician dedicates time to master the scales, the chords, the technique, the music theory, and only then can they unleash their improvisational skills. When you look at a jazz musician, when you watch them improvise, they are boldly expressing themselves through the music. Same with like a really good blues guitarist. They are just being themselves, but they're not just plucking random strings and hoping for the best. They've invested the time and the effort to master their craft, and that's what makes their expression magnetic. That's why people want to listen to it. Now, here's a kicker. Dating is no different. Saying you're just going to be yourself without putting in the work, like I said before, it is a cop-out. And it's why you're stuck in the same place, making the same mistakes over and over again. You need to master the equivalent of, the dating scales, the dating music theory. because only then can you truly express your best self. Now, that means learning to confidently approach. That means learning how to have conversations that spark attraction. And that definitely means how to create chemistry without coming across as needy or desperate. Now, these aren't gimmicks, they're skills. And just like a musician doesn't blame their audience for not liking their off-key performance, you can't blame women for not responding to you if you refuse to refine your approach, if you refuse to look at the way that you're coming off to them. So the question is, are you willing to put in the work to master your craft, or are you going to just keep plucking at random strings and hoping it somehow sounds good? Because here's the truth. The guys who put in the effort win every single time. Not right away, but eventually these guys always win. Now stop fooling yourself into thinking effort is playing games. Effort is respect. It's respect for yourself, and it's respect for the women that you're pursuing. When you master the art of expressing your best self, women respond. And the payoff? It's absolutely worth it. 5, you low-key hate women. All right, quick question. Do you actually like women? And no, saying, I love women doesn't count if your actions scream otherwise. Let me explain. A lot of guys say they want help with women, but their attitude tells a different story. If you call them females in regular conversation, like you're narrating a wildlife documentary, if you think all women are the same, and if you've ever unironically said, women these days, if you even said this like once in your life, and again, I see these kind of remarks in the comment section all the time. So there's plenty of you who are guilty of doing this. Now, here's the truth. This is like being a chef who hates food. How do you expect to succeed when you fundamentally resent your target audience? Spoiler alert, you can't. Now, before you start clutching your pearls, let me be clear. I'm not suddenly going woke, nor am I giving you some lecture on feminism. That's not my vibe, and it's not why you're here. But I've been doing this long enough to know that there are plenty of guys who view women as essentially smaller men with vaginas. And if that's your mindset, then I got news for you. You are doomed to fail. Because here's the thing, men and women, they're not the same. And if you don't appreciate the differences, you're not going to connect with women. Period. Hard stop there. Let me break this down for you. Women have different needs than men. They communicate differently. They see the world differently. And if you don't enjoy those differences, if you don't enjoy being around women for who they are, you've got two choices. You can either stop thinking you're going to improve with women, or you can try being gay. And hey, look, no judgment if you choose the latter. But if you're here because you want to be better with women, then you need to accept, and more importantly, you need to embrace what makes women different from men. Now, here's a pro tip. The guys who are successful with women don't just tolerate feminine energy, they actually crave it. It's what balances them out. And if you're not able to see the beauty in those differences, if you're not able to enjoy those differences, then no amount of game, confidence, or pickup tricks is going to save you. You're always going to come across as a guy who's trying with women, but never actually enjoying them. And women, believe me, women can sense this from a mile away. If I pick up on it, you can be sure women are picking up on it. And look, again, this is not about pandering or putting women up on a pedestal. It's about genuinely enjoying the dance of masculine and feminine energy. That's where the spark comes from. Guys who are great with women see those differences not as obstacles, but as opportunities to connect on a deeper level. They don't resent the fact that women are wired differently. They embrace it. Why? Because it complements their masculine energy. It creates balance. And honestly, if you're sitting here thinking, but Rob, women are so difficult to understand, you're missing the point. The mystery is the fun part. It's also why I'm gainfully employed. So stop complaining about women these days, or assuming that all women are the same. If that's your mindset, you'll never break out of the cycle of frustration. Start treating women like they are. Not smaller men with vaginas, but complementary partners who bring something unique to the table. And if you can learn to appreciate that, you'll realize that being good with women isn't about tactics, it's about perspective. I know some of that might have felt like a bit of a personal attack, And if it did, good. Sometimes we need a slap in the ass to wake us up, slap in the face, slap in the ass, whatever. But here's the thing, every single one of these problems is fixable. The question is, are you actually going to do something about it? Or are you going to just leave an angry comment and go back and run back to your comfort zone and not get any women? If you're ready to actually make some changes, I got something for you. Check out the link below. Check out this link. It's for the Scrambler course that I created with Bobby Rio. And since it's a full course, we're going to give you the step-by-step solution to all of these problems, plus the problems that I didn't even cover in this video. Also, go ahead, drop a comment below letting me know which one of these signs hit closest to home for you. And if you're feeling personally attacked right now, good. Let me know in the comments. That means that this video was made for you. Tough love. I'm trying to help you out here. Not trying to hurt your feelings, but sometimes your feelings are going to get hurt in the process of becoming a better man. And as always, do not forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next week with more uncomfortable truths that you probably need to hear.